Squatter. What is the Stoic meaning in philosophy? Kai. Everyone, welcome here on my YouTube channel. Hopefully I am better helping you to understand yourself better and live a better life altogether. Our first point today is, beyond just being tough, when most people hear the word Stoic, they think of a person who is emotionless, tough, and unfeeling. They picture someone enduring hardship without complaint. Tolerance is part of the story. This popular idea completely misses the profound depth and transformative goal of Stoic philosophy. True Stoicism, founded in ancient Athens by Zeno of Citium, around 300 BC, is not about suppressing feelings. It is a complete system for living a good, meaningful, and flourishing life, what the Greeks called eudaimonia. The Stoic meaning is not found in gritted teeth, but in a fundamental shift in how we see the world and our place in it. Now, let's talk about the core meaning, living in agreement with nature at its heart. Stoicism teaches that the path to happiness and virtue is to live in agreement with nature. This deceptively simple phrase contains the entire philosophy. No one, nature, as the cosmos, the rational universe. For the Stoics, nature, with a capital N, refers to the entire cosmos. They saw the universe not as chaotic, but as a perfectly ordered, intelligent, and rational system, governed by a divine principle they called the Logos. Everything happens according to this rational, natural order. Therefore, to live in agreement with nature first means accepting the world as it is, not as we wish it to be. Fighting against the fundamental nature of reality, like wishing things weren't temporary, or that people never acted unfairly, is the source of our suffering. No. 2. Human nature, the spark of reason. As humans, we are a unique part of this cosmic nature. Our specific nature is to be rational and social creatures. We possess a fragment of the divine Logos in our capacity for reason. Therefore, to live in agreement with our own human nature means cultivating reason, using our judgment to see the world clearly, free from distorted passions, acting virtuously, using that reason to guide our actions toward wisdom, courage, justice, and self-discipline, fulfilling social duty, recognizing our connection to all rational beings and contributing to the common good. A Stoic, then, is someone who aligns their own will and actions with the rational flow of the universe and their own highest human potential. On the other hand, another point is the foundational tool, the dichotomy of control. How do we practically agree with nature? The primary tool is mastering the dichotomy of control, famously articulated by the slave-turned-teacher Epictetus. He stated, "Some things are within our power, while others are not. Within our power, our opinion, motivation, desire, aversion, and, in a word, whatever is of our own doing. Not within our power are our body, our property, our reputation, our office. And, in a word, whatever is not of our own doing." This is the ultimate Stoic filter for life. What we control, our inner citadel, our judgments, our values, our desires and aversions, and our voluntary actions. This is our sovereign domain. What we do not control, the external world, everything else, our health, wealth, reputation, the past, the future, the actions of others, and the outcomes of our efforts. The Stoic meaning of life hinges on this distinction. Suffering arises when we waste energy trying to control the uncontrollable, worrying about what people think, while neglecting our absolute control over our own mind, choosing how we judge what people think. The Stoic strives to focus all effort on the inner world of choice and attitude, and to meet the external world with calm acceptance, or Amor Fati, a love of one's fate. Most importantly, the goal, virtue as the sole good. This brings us to the most radical Stoic claim. Virtue erit is the only true good, and vice the only true evil. In our modern world, we call things like health, money, and success good, and sickness, poverty, and failure bad. The Stoics relabeled these. They called them indifference, adiaphora. Why? Because they are not good or bad in themselves. Their value depends entirely on how we use them. Preferred indifference, things like health, prosperity, and good reputation. It's natural and rational to prefer these, and we should try to obtain them, but only if we can do so virtuously. Dispreferred indifference, things like sickness, poverty, and criticism. We naturally avoid these, but a virtuous person can still be happy and good while experiencing them. The true good is virtuous character, the wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance with which we handle whatever life gives us. A Stoic sage would say, it is better to be just and poor than wealthy and corrupt. Better to be courageous and sick than healthy and cowardly. External events cannot harm a virtuous character, they can only test it. V. Stoic, meaning in practice, from philosophy to life. So, what does a Stoic do? This philosophy was designed for action. Morning meditation. Premeditatio Malorum. A Stoic begins the day by mentally rehearsing potential rude comments, setbacks. This isn't pessimism. It's vaccination against disappointment. By visualizing difficulties, they prepare their mind to accept and handle them with virtue when they arise. Evening review. At day's end, a Stoic examines their actions. Where did I act against my principles? Where did I let a wrong judgment disturb my peace? What could I do better tomorrow? This practice turns daily life into a training ground for virtue, applying the discipline of desire action. Throughout the day, they constantly filter events through the dichotomy of control. They train their desires to align only with what is within their power, to act with integrity and accept everything else as part of nature's plan. Conclusion. A philosophy of freedom and resilience. The Stoic meaning, therefore, is one of profound inner freedom. It is the realization that our happiness and worth are not held hostage by external events. By focusing exclusively on our reasoned choice and moral character, the only things truly ours, we build an inner citadel of peace that no outside force can breach. Tis a call to resilience, not through brute force, but through clear perception and unwavering principle. It transforms life's inevitable obstacles from misfortunes into the very material for practicing virtue. As Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher emperor, wrote in his private journal, "The impediment to action advances action. Thought stands in the way, becomes the way." This is the ultimate Stoic meaning. To use every single moment, good or bad, as an opportunity to become more wise, just, courageous, and disciplined to live fully and freely, in agreement with nature.